Great little great little sun gauge this morning. I was able to ground as well. Was definitely able to ground as well. Get some free ass electricity, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, hey, feel free to go outside, take some time to ground, get you some of that sun from the or energy from the sun. Alright? Buttered up, buttered up. But yeah, we're gonna leave off from where we left reading in the sound healing book. Yes, I got the other book as well, the Think and Grow Rich book as well. We're gonna dive into that. I literally just scrolled to a random page and I seen like some shit that I should be speaking on. But we ain't even in that book yet. We're gonna continue what we were speaking on in the last live about how to heal, you know what I'm saying, through sound. Alright. So take whatever resonates, leave the rest, and then drop some straight gems. Read it. We finna read, my nigga. Read a book. Pick a book. Pick up a book, my nigga. Let this be inspiration to pick up a book as well. All right. Like I said, it's gonna always be knowledge in books that's not on the internet. All right. Especially when we speaking on when we were speaking on the gateway process or the gateway the gateway process. That's what it was called. The CIA did they little experiment, and that's what it was called, the gateway process. So definitely try your best to look it up on the internet. But then again, I doubt like you gonna find the same information that I just read in the last live about brainwave states. All right, all right. So this next chapter, well, hold on. Before we get into it, before I, you know what I'm saying, drop this great ass knowledge, my nigga, we gonna set our intentions, protection energy over the live. Block out that, block out the, block out the trolls, block out the hoes, block out the fakes, and block out the drakes, my nigga. All right, straight, straight positive energy. This live, all right. Just like every other live. All right, so let's get into it. We are now speaking on the ASC. Type ASC in the chat. Love to you if you joining live. Love to you if you watching this through the playback. Type ASC in the chat, man. It means altered state of consciousness. We talked a little bit about this in the last live, so definitely go check out the last live if you haven't already. This is just a continuation of this chapter because it's a long ass chapter. I ain't gonna lie. Long ass chapter. But straight gems, straight gems. Like I said, take what resonates and leave the rest. Experiencing an altered state of consciousness. An altered state of consciousness is the pinnacle of a sound bath. The juicy bit of the fruit. Hold on, let me make sure gotta make sure the the mic on because we was muted last time starting the live. It says it is the pinnacle of a sound bath. If you don't know what a sound bath is when you listen in the frequencies. All right. Once again, when you listen in the frequencies in the morning or even before you go to sleep, it allows you to get more mental clarity. Pretty much like meditation. All right. Or even sitting in the sun. You feel me? The juicy bit of fruit. That's what they call it, a juicy bit of fruit. It is when clients describe the sound coming in as a caramel or caramel, however you want to pronounce it, and drenching them, or they suggest that I must have moved them in the room or turned on an array of different hued lights. I know it has happened when a sound bath attendee warily reveals that they felt like they were levitating. ASC is the addictive part of the sound bath experience, and it is the part I love hearing about from those attending one of my sessions. This is Faranza, the author, Faranza Ali, who's pretty much a sound therapist, speaking from her, you know what I'm saying, from her experience, or speaking from her own, you feel me, from her own like perspective with this shit. So if you ever confused why I say like or you know what I'm saying, why speaking from that point of view, is because it's her who talking. It's Faranza Ali. All right, I might even go into like her uh, biography a little bit one of these days, because I see it in the back here. Might even go into that just to let y'all get a little insight on Faranza Ali. Very very intelligent author. I ain't gonna lie, like the shit I've been learning from this book, bro. It's crazy. Really just been mainly like refreshing like my memory though on certain shit that I've learned along my spiritual journey. That's that inner knowing, that claircognizance, real shit. It says I love hearing about from these ASC, altered state of consciousness. Remember, that's what ASC means. ASC is also one of the ways in which sound healing provides mental rest. Firstly, let me break down what an ASC is. It is a trance-like my fault. It is a trance-like psychological state that is different to when you are awake, and usually happens when your brain is in either an alpha or theta dominant brainwave state. If you do not know what the theta or the alpha brainwave states are, definitely make sure you check out the last or the recent live. All right. Salute, my dog. Salute, salute, Kevin. Love, love. It it's pretty much like I said, different brainwave states. And the theta is the one that I mainly knew a lot about already, but we just learned a lot about the other brainwave states, like I said in the last live, all the different brainwave states. Remember, there's some information that the CIA kept hidden from motherfuckers. You feel me? So think about that shit, nigga. You need this information. You know what I'm saying? You need this information. No bullshit. It should have really, really helped. What's good with it? Felix, what's good, dog? Yeah, it's very, very important, I feel, to get some type of information on these different brainwave states, because that's why I learned along my journey, or the beginning of my spiritual journey, when I, like I said, dived deep into learning about the CIA experiment, the gateway process. Remember to just look that shit up, bro. Trust me, do your own research, get your own inner knowing on this shit, because this shit real, bro. Having an ASC is good for both your brain health and overall health. When you are in an ASC, like I said, altered state of consciousness, your brain has time to correct its internal mineral levels, repair cells, and bring your nervous system back into balance. ASC is also when your brain processes imagery and stores your memories. She on this bit rhyming a little bit, I ain't gonna lie. How would you rather lose all your past memories or never be able to make the new ones? That's a good ass question. I'm gonna just set my intentions off rip. Like, I don't want neither of these things to happen. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, be careful what you wish for, bro. But yeah, I'm gonna just set my intentions because I don't want none of this shit to happen. You know what I'm saying? But that's a good ass question. Would you rather lose all of your past memories or never be able to make new ones? That's the thing though. Making new memories, it's like, ain't you gonna lose them anyways? Cause it's gonna end up being a past memory. You feel me? So it's like, wait, what? I had to really think about that shit. Shit. Shit, I don't know. That's a hard question, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I don't want to say it don't make sense, because it's like, kind of do, but it's like, for real, how you gonna be able to make new ones or new memories if you can't even remember the past memories? Because eventually those new memories are gonna be past memories. You feel me? I don't know, man. Y'all, y'all answer that question for me. I ain't even gonna lie. I ain't ain't gonna lie, that shit just gave me a little like brain fart. Like, I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro. That's a good ass question though. That's a good ass would you rather though. That's a good ass question. It says ASC is also when your oh, I just read that. I'm gonna read it again. ASC is also when your brain processes imagery and stores your memories. While this may all sound complicated, your brain naturally does this all the time. You do not need to be in a deep meditation to experience an ASC. You may experience one when you are daydreaming, when you are looking out the window, when you zone out. Or are you, I catch myself doing that shit a lot, just zoning out, looking out the window. I ain't gonna lie. It says, or if you read it and drift off for a few minutes. That's real too. The problem these days is that we are so connected all the time and our brains are constantly switched on. Think back to the last train journey or bus ride you took. Did you stare out the window and let your brain wander with its thoughts? Probably not. It is most likely that you were catching up on a social media or checking emails or maybe even watching the latest episode of your favorite Netflix show. Nah, though, I do catch myself like looking out the window and shit all the time, though. I ain't gonna lie. And just being in my thoughts and shit. So I pretty much, I guess you could say I'm always in a somewhat of an altered state of consciousness. Speaking of looking out the window, bro, the clouds this morning, bro, I was thinking about some shit, cause of course we know like while we be sun gazing and shit, the clouds be covering it sometimes. Bro, I was thinking, bro, I just got like a download or just some thought in my mind, like, bro, why the fuck did they teach us like in class, like why the fuck did they teach us like about the certain type of clouds? It's all the same shit. It's all polluting the fucking air. Like, why the fuck is they teaching us about different type of clouds, nigga? That shit is pointless, my nigga. That shit pointless, bro. It's all holographic. It's all polluting the fucking air and blocking out the sun. Like, they need to be teaching us about how we gain the energy or how we gain energy from the sun, not teaching us about the type of fucking clouds. Like, what? That shit bogus as hell. But yeah, that shit had crossed my mind. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what? Real shit. It says you may experience one when, oh, I just read that. Damn, I read fast. We live in a world where people use caffeine and sugar to chemically refocus their concentration every time they feel themselves drifting off into a brain-friendly dip. In fact, I am doing this right now. My publishers may not let me keep this in here, but writing a book is one big Herculean effort and sustained concentration. Even in the moments when I would usually let my mind wander, I am having a sugary drink to snap me back into focus mode. Not gonna lie, yeah, coffee helped me focus sometimes. I do drink the coffee sometimes. That should be good, bro. You gotta know how to. You gotta know like how to put the right shit in there though. Shout out to my sis, bro. She put me on the coffee. I ain't gonna lie. She get you right. She get your brain right. Now don't end up depending on coffee, but that shit do get you right though. No good. In ASC, remember, altered state of consciousness is also it also happens when you are in a REM sleep. I forgot what REM means. Hold on, we finna figure out what REM means again. REM, R-E-M. Rapid eye movement, okay? That's what REM is, rapid eye movement. So an altered state of consciousness also happens when you are in a rapid eye movement sleep. So if you have sleep issues, or insomnia, you are at risk of missing the vital time. The trouble is that this downtime for your brain is not optional, it is essential. Just as a wavelength has peaks and, whoa, troughs, your concentration should do the same. The amount of times your brain is engaged in a beta dominant brainwave state where you are either concentrating, focused, engaged, or thinking should naturally be interjected with moments of daydreaming, of relaxation, where you sleep or where you slip into an alpha dominant brainwave state. There should be an EBB, an ebb and flow to your day, but modern lifestyles do not leave enough room for that natural rhythm. That's real. Hands up if you reach for your smartphone the instant you wake up in the morning. What the fuck? Hands up if nah, real. Type one in the chat if you reach for your smartphone the instant you wake up in the morning, or if it is the last thing you look at before you go to sleep. Go ahead, type one in the chat. Real shit. Real shit. There is no judgment. There's no judgment to that. No judgment in the chat. We don't judge here. It's just some real shit. What's good, Sammy? It says, I used to be guilty of this too. So guilty that years before I became a sound therapist, there were countless times when I even fell asleep with my phone in my hand. The phone is not the problem. I mean, sometimes the phone is the problem. It do be that phone, like your mama said, nigga. It do be that damn phone. I ain't gonna lie. But in this case, it says the phone is not the problem as such, but it is our attachment to it. Email culture, 24-hour connectivity culture, hustle culture, whatever you call it. It is a cultural problem, a societal issue that has made productivity the ultimate goal and rest the enemy. That's real. That's real. Damn, that's so real, bro. Cause like I said, a nigga himself is guilty of this shit too, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like, of course, like recently, like I said this morning, like really it'd be like that most mornings. Like I just wake straight up, and when I wake up, I show my gratitude to the Most High, and I get to meditate. Fuck trying to pick up the phone. What's in the phone for me, for real? Like, be real. Like I can get to the phone after I do what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Set my intentions for the day, put myself in that right mindset. You feel me? But regarding like the hustle culture and shit, like I said, I'm pretty much guilty of that shit. I said that shit last. Like I'm guilty of that shit. Like being hard on myself, but I'm continuing to learn. Like rest is very important. You know what I'm saying? But of course, like I learned that shit like a while ago. Like the hard way about rest. Like rest is very important, bro. Rest is very, very important. Do not burn your motherfucking self out, bruh. A lack of downtime does not work for the human brain, which has evolved for millennia. The brain needs time in an ASC, like I said, altered state of consciousness to function healthily. So what happens when you are in this state? Your brain takes its own break. Have you ever driven home and can't remember turning into your road, or even parking and locking the car? Maybe you have zoned out in the shower and can't remember whether or not you use conditioner or not. My personal favorite is leaving the house and then having to turn back and check if I turn the hair straighteners off. These are all examples of your brain stealing some ASC time for itself. Where it's like your brain just be turning off by itself here and there. That's pretty much what it's saying. Your brain be getting its own rats here and there. Like, that's real. When you meditate deeply or experience a sound bath, you allow your brain to stay in the lower brainwave frequency for a sustained period, providing ample time to tap into an ASC and benefit from it. The more time you spend letting your brain enjoy these lower frequencies, the stronger and the longer your bouts of ASC can become. Or at least this is what seems to happen to clients with the regular sound healing practice. Within weeks of attending sessions constantly or consistently, clients progress from saying they could see some different color lights to describing deeply complex imagery and rolling scenes of visuals. Unlike hallucinogenic drugs, which can also induce an ASC, there are no risks when you achieve it in a sound bath. All right, so these sound baths, you using frequencies to help like you get mental clarity. It helps just like some drugs will help, or just like you meditating, or just like you going outside to get some sun and sun gazing. You feel me? Yo, what it do, James? What it do, James Unlimited? Love, man. Nah, that's real. That's real. In grind mode, listening to me, that's real. Love, dog. Hope you're having a great shift right now. Your unique experience of ASC, each sound bath, and each experience of that sound bath is completely unique. Two people can be lying down in the same sound bath and have vastly different experience, with certain sounds resonating more for one person than the other, and vice versa. Where so it's that just goes to show, like, really this life shit in general, like, bro, it's your own experience, it's your own puzzle, bro. Work on your paper, work on your work. Stop trying to cheat on somebody else's paper. You feel me? Or look over somebody else's paper, nigga. This your own design puzzle for you. You feel me? When it comes to this life shit, bro. But in this case, we speaking on the sound bath. It's gonna be different for other people. You know what I'm saying? Just like the ASMR shit we was talking about in the Power of the Music video, or the Power of the Music live stream. When it comes to ASMRs, I'm not really much of a big fan of ASMR. I think that shit weird. I ain't gonna lie. But other people might think otherwise. You know what I'm saying? They might think that shit calming. That may bring some type of soothing or mental clarity to them. You know what I'm saying? To that mind. The ocean drum may remind one person of their favorite beachside holiday, or of their home along the golden sandy shores of Australia, but it may be annoying for another person, signaling that the session is drawing to a close. I use this example because it has happened. That's crazy. The Australian client was so relaxed that when the oceanic rumble of the drum kicked in, she found herself transported back home. The sound lifted her up and enveloped her in a feeling of familiarity and comfort. The client next to her blinked her eyes open, eager to see what was going on, and wondered what on earth I was doing to create the sounds of crashing waves in a central London location. One client may not be able to get enough of the chime, as it takes them back to a sacred memory of childhood, where a ballerina danced within a jewelry box to a similar tune. For another client, that same charm wakes them up from their dreamy sleep like slumber. So she just giving different examples of her clients, because like I said, she's a sound therapist. The author herself is a sound therapist. So yeah, she just giving different, you know what I'm saying, examples from her clients, pretty much to show like, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be different, or it's gonna be a different experience for everybody. You feel me? Peace and blessings to everybody joining up. Or if you're watching this through the playback, peace and blessings, man. Each sound bath experience is an individual, is as individual as your DNA. Remember we talked about that the other day, about your DNA, nigga. Your DNA is, it's crazy how this all tying in though. Your DNA is you, real shit. It's you. It's what makes up how you walk, how you talk, the things you do, how you think. You know what I'm saying? And it's very, very important to do like your own self-discovery and see like what your abilities is. My nigga, you got superpowers. It's some shit they call junk DNA. Bro, that junk DNA is really like what your abilities is, what like your spiritual gifts is and shit like that. You feel me? Real shit, real shit. What it do, Jones? Peace, man. I don't know what I don't know what you tried to spell there, but peace, man. Peace, peace. So yeah, that's real. Eats experience, really just eats experience in general when it comes to this life shit is as individual as your DNA. It's your own puzzle, bro. Alright? But in this case, we talking about the sound bath. You know what I'm saying? The sound bath, if you don't want to know what a sound bath is, once again, it's when you listen to certain frequencies and vibrations to help get mental clarity. Not only do your life experience impact on how you receive the sounds within the sound bath, but your mood that day, what happens in the moment before you enter, your hearing, your stress levels, and your brain will all play their part as well. How you enter an ASC, remember, altered state of consciousness, and which type of ASC experience you have are controlled by all those factors and more. When you undergo an ASC, part of your brain becomes engaged. The ASC you experience will depend on how the different circuits in this part of your brain interact, are activated and are activated. This is why experiences differ so greatly in each session between clients, but also why you will not have the same experience from session to session. So yeah, it's very important to remember, like the last live where we learn all about the different brainwave states, but we also learn like you can use different frequencies and different vibrations and listening to them. The sound baths, you can do you a sound bath and enter those different brainwave states. Real shit. It's real knowledge they don't want niggas knowing. This is why the CIA kept it classified. All right, so this next part, it says positive sound bath experiences. On the whole, sound healing sessions are a positive experience. Why? Because the way a practitioner plays for a group is different to how they would play in a bespoke one-to-one therapeutic session. I don't know if I want to read this. Well, I mean, just to give y'all, you know what I'm saying? an experience or an example of an experience of a sound bath. Even though, like I said, it's literally just you sitting with self, turning on those frequencies, those vibrations, binaural beats, whatever you want to listen to that can help raise your vibration. And you get in that mental clarity, just like meditation. Ooh, hold on. I just rhyme. Hold on, I'm flowing, nigga. I'm flowing, bro. This may sometime, it says during an individual treatment, the session is there to cater to your exact needs. This may sometimes mean playing dissonant chords and intervals, which can feel a touch uncomfortable. And it is meant to be. These chords are supposed to challenge you, and your practitioner will be watching to see where they can take you sonically. In a group session, rest is the primary focus to soften the state you are in and to allow for gentle release. There may be some light resistance, but the main objective is to lull you in to a state of ease. The session will be designed to let your brainwaves sink to the slower, harmonious sounds of the instruments and to take you to a slower brainwave state where rest and creativity are unleashed. When you move from a thinking beta to a relaxed alpha to a slow, dreamy theta dominant brainwave state, you may experience an ASC. So pretty much that's what I was experiencing this morning. ASC, altered state of consciousness. Real shit. Real shit. Because like I said, that's what I felt like. I felt more creative. I felt more open to my creativity. And I just felt more focused. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, as I was done meditating and showing my gratitude to the Most High when I woke up this morning. That's why I decided to spark the live. You know what I'm saying? When you move from a thinking beta to a relaxed alpha to a slow, dreamy theta dominant brainwave state, you may experience an altered state of consciousness. The altered state of consciousness experience is as individual as your brain, but some feelings and sensations often come up for many people. I have listed some of the common responses below. Some people said they see lots of different colors. That's real. I be seeing that. Some people say they couldn't fully feel their arms or legs. I've had that happen to me one time. Feel like you floating. Real shit. For real shit. During meditation, motherfuckers feel like they floating. Can't even feel your arms or none of that. Someone said they started to tingle. I be feeling that tingle in my spine sometimes. I ain't gonna lie. Be feeling that tingle in my spine. It says some people said that they felt complete joy and bliss. That's real. No way. Somebody said no way was that an hour. I felt like I just put my head down for 10 minutes. That's how that meditation shit be feeling. Or you just listening to frequencies and vibrations. Because it's the same thing. We gonna say it's the same thing. It's all meditation at the end of the day. You feel me? It's all giving you that mental clarity. For real, for real. I just feel like the sound baths or you listening to frequencies and shit is more advanced. You feel me? It's more advanced. Rather than you just listening to nothing. You feel me? Because like I said, that's what really helped me fall into just listening to or meditating without listening to any sound. Because, you know what I'm saying, I had a lot of thoughts in my head. So if you have a lot of thoughts in your head, once again, we said this in the last live, if you have a lot of thoughts in your head and you can't really meditate on your own without the sound, start using sound, start using frequencies to help you. You know what I'm saying? Because that shit get you right, bye-bye. That shit get you right, bye-bye. it's fire to like know this shit and then have all the science and shit to back it up. You feel me? And it's crazy to know like actual sound therapists know all of this information. Like that's fire. That's really fire, bro. I ain't even know there was a such thing as a sound therapist, bro. But nah, that's exactly how that should be feeling though. Like being in the present moment or the internal now, because that's what you tap into as you meditate, as you listen to your sound or do your sound bath. You really, you know what I'm saying, in the internal now. So time not even a thing. Time not even a thing. Of course it's gonna feel like it was 10 minutes and it's been over an hour if you meditate. You feel me? Real shit. And then the last person said everything makes more sense now. Those were all of the responses or the common responses after, you know what I'm saying, uh, having a sound bath or being in their altered state of consciousness. These experiences, while vastly different, can be loosely categorized under a few main branches. Here, I will explain the main positive experiences that crop up in sessions. First positive experience. Whoa. Uh, whoa. Oh, excuse me. All right. First positive experience says a positive mood. Positive mood is pretty self-explanatory. You feel like a weight has been lifted off, that life is good, and things that annoyed you prior to the session just do not matter. You feel happy and you are at peace. The next one is complex imagery. Complex imagery is when you see different colors and shapes and experience vivid images. You may feel like you are in a dream. That happens a lot with me, bro. I see a lot of imagery, a lot of colors and shit as I close my eyes and meditate. Because remember, you in the middle of the cosmos, you in the middle of the universe. That's the reason you closing your eyes. Real shit. It says insightfulness is the next one. As I have said previously, I am not a healer, and nor are most other practitioners like me in sound work. We believe that you have the answers and the wisdom you need. That's real. That's real, bruh. That's real, bruh. Cause like I said, I'm reading this book and I'm just getting confirmation of what I already know. You know what I'm saying? That's that inner knowing. That's that inner wisdom. Like, you feel me? Yo, what it do? Stereo Phoenix? What it do, man? The Southwest Shaman in the building. Love, man. The insightfulness state of ASC or altered state of consciousness is when you finish a session with a breakthrough or a sense of deep clarity. Insightfulness helps you to see more than what appears to be there at first glance, enabling you to find a resolution, a solution, and an answer, sometimes to a problem you did not even realize you had. That's so real, bro. That's so real. You get so much clarity after meditating or having that sound bath, because it's the same shit. We tying it in with the sound bath, meditation, getting that mental clarity. The next one is oceanic boundlessness. If you feel as though you are floating, tingling, or not quite sure where your limbs are, you are in an oceanic boundless state. This is when it feels like your edges have disappeared and you are not sure where you end and your surroundings begin. So yeah, that's what I'll be feeling sometimes. That oceanic boundless state. Shit, that just gave me some knowledge right there. I ain't never know that. I just know a nigga be, I just know a nigga be floating. A nigga be feeling like he floating, and I do be feeling like tingling and shit as I'm, you know what I'm saying, meditating. Transcendence of time. This is the next one. I probably hear this one the most when people can't believe that the session is over and that it is time to slowly awaken and stir from their place of rest. People often completely lose track of time and feel as if the session only lasted 10 minutes or so. When you experience this form of ASC, it is as if time no longer runs the same. That is has whizzed by. Some clients can also experience a transcendence of time in the opposite way too, which means a session can feel longer as if they have rested for several hours. So it can go both ways with it. Pretty much that's what she's saying here. It can feel like you only been there for a little bit and it's been a long time, and it can also feel like you've been there for a long time and it's only been a little bit of time. You feel me? That's real. Cause I feel like it's the same way with like, cause I hear a lot of people mention like when they all shrooms and shit, like they be feeling like time, you know what I'm saying? It's like time not even, it's like time be moving slow. You feel me? Time either moving slow or it's moving fast. That's you pretty much being in that altered state of consciousness, sort of. I feel like that's real. Like I said, you being in the internal now, real shit. That's all that is. You being in the internal now. You being in the present moment. All right. Time just not a thing, bro. Time an illusion, anyways. You feel me? All you need to be focused on is vibration. All right. Vibration. That's your main priority. This is how you know time is not linear. Exactly. Stereo Phoenix, for real. Time flies when we have fun and drags when we are struggling. That's so exactly. Shroom time is slow for sure. Exactly, bro. Confirmation in the chat. Real shit. Spiritual experience is the next experience that people have during the ASC. Spiritualism can mean different things to different people. So even if you do not consider yourself traditionally religious or spiritual, you can still experience this type of ASC state. The essence of this type of ASC is that you feel connected to a power higher and more profound than you. That's real. The next experience is the experience of unity. This is when you experience bliss, when everything seems within your grasp and you feel connected to those around you. It is a flow state where every possibility could come to fruition. You may feel as though you are being wrapped up in a blanket of cosmic sound, a magical otherly world or otherworldly enveloping of hope, because you access the deeper layers of consciousness when you are in an ASC or altered state of consciousness. Experiencing it encourages a greater level of self-awareness and emotional intelligence, no matter how it manifests in fact. Introspection and the ability to look inward and connect better to your inner feelings, noticing your bodily sensations and understanding them, helps with self-regulation. You can't control what you do not understand. A better way of putting that, you can't control of what you do not understand. To notice what you are feeling, you must recognize that you are feeling it. Real shit. You can make a great day last. A day is an eternity to God. That's real. Dropping gems in the chat. Hold on. Hold on. He dropping gems in the chat. But nah, that's real. That's real. Those were the different experiences um, that people have like during an altered state of consciousness. Positive mood, complex imagery, insightfulness, oceanic boundless, transcendence of time, spiritual experience, and experience of unity. I can definitely say myself, like I've experienced all of these states or all of these different, you know what I'm saying? I've definitely had all of these different experiences. I can definitely say that. So that's just confirmation, like, bro, you could be in an altered state of consciousness right now and not even notice real shit, bro. Like that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. It's like your brain really just go to sleep on his own. And remember, when you go to sleep, sleep is just another form of meditation. So when you go into sleep, notice how you can tap into the astral realm. You tapping into deeper parts of the brain or the mind. You feel me? Doing that. You feel me? So that's all that is for real. That's why we able to have spiritual experiences when we in an altered state of consciousness. Vagus nerve stimulation benefits. If you are wondering whether you can benefit from sound healing without an ASC, the answer is yes. Well, we already knew that though. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, all I did this morning was just meditate. Like I said, gave my gratitude to the Most High and I meditated. I didn't do any sound healing. Only reason why, and I'm gonna keep it authentic. Like I said, I'm gonna continue to keep this shit authentic. Only reason why, my nigga, cause one side. Only reason I can't do my sound baths is because one side of my fucking headphones don't work. So I gotta get me some new headphones. But yeah, bro. Like, I used to be consistent on doing sound baths or consistent on listening to frequencies and binaural beats and shit till my shit. Yeah. But meditation, like, I've got better at just meditating without sound. And I can say the sound baths has helped me fall into, you know what I'm saying, listening without, you feel me? So definitely, like I said, use sound baths or use listening to frequencies if you struggle, you know what I'm saying, focusing on your breath, because that's what you do during your meditation or during your breathing, where you focusing on your breath and clearing those thoughts. You feel me? If you struggle with that, bro, just use the sound bath to help you. You know what I'm saying? Do one part of your meditation with the sound bath and the other half without it. You feel me? But yeah, that's what the next part of this chapter is based on. Vagus nerve stimulation benefits. Once again, if you are wondering whether you can benefit from sound healing without without an ASC, the answer is yes. Oh, it's saying without the ASC, not without the sound. But shit, I'm glad I mentioned that, cause nigga, yeah, you can experience an ASC without sound. While an ASC state is a wonderful thing, you do not need to feel as though you are floating off into a different dimension on a rainbow of colors for sound healing to benefit you. Exactly. When you are in a sound bath, you are not just listening to the sound. So pretty much saying you don't have to experience all of these. You don't have to experience all of the maybe the shit that sound crazy to certain people on here regarding the experiences of having an altered state of consciousness, regarding like floating and shit. Like, you don't have to experience that to be, you know what I'm saying, in that altered state of consciousness. You feel me? That's pretty much what it was saying there. But yeah, it says, while an ASC state is a wonderful thing, you do not need to feel as though you are floating off into a different dimension on a rainbow of colors for sound healing to benefit you. When you are in a sound bath, you are not just listening to the sounds, you are feeling them too. The vibrations created by the instruments are surrounding you and traveling through you. This makes sound healing an excellent tool for vagus nerve stimulation. Your vagus nerve is the longest nerve in your body. It starts at the base of your brain and runs past the back of the ear and travels down your entire body, connecting with multiple organs as it does. So that's weird. That's not weird, but that's crazy, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That's crazy. We learning the real science behind this shit, bro. That shit crazy. Cause like what? Has somebody tell you you listening to some vibrations and frequencies and it's traveling through their whole body. They gonna think you crazy. But it's telling you here, my nigga, it's literally a nerve in your body and it starts at the base of your brain and runs to the back of your ear and down your entire body. Connecting with multiple organs. It says an important fact we will come back to. That's what it says. Vagus means wanderer in Latin, which is fitting since it wanders around your body. That's fire. I ain't gonna lie. That's fire. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, that's fire. It says you actually have two vagus nerves, one on each side of your body. So you got two long nerves running down your body. Your vagus nerve contains around 75% of your parasympathetic nervous system nerve fibers and controls your digestion, immune function, and heart rate. It is also a cranial nerve, cranial nerve that relays sensory information as sights and sounds and has motor function, moving and controlling certain muscles. The vagus nerve is critical in signaling to your brain that you are safe and all is well, as well as controlling your heart and breath rate. It can switch off feelings of stress and anxiety. The more vagus nerve stimulation you are exposed to, the higher the vagal tone becomes. This is important because your vagal tone is directly related to how resilient you are and how you handle and respond to stress. A high vagal tone also helps you to regulate your emotions, increasing both your empathy and compassion, as well as being beneficial for overall good health. Unfortunately, with age and certain experiences, your vagal tone can decrease. Stimulating the vagus nerve is recommended for people with depression, and research is underway to see how it could help those with other conditions, such as Alzheimer's disease and arthritis. Sound healing is a useful low-risk way to stimulate your vagus nerve. It also increases your vagal tone because of how close this nerve passes by your ears, as soothing vibrations from the sound healing instruments enter your ear canal for your brain to decipher the vibrations stimulate your vagus nerve. This nerve then sends vibrations to your internal organs, inhibiting the release of cortisol and adrenaline and calming your entire body. Hey, bro, we getting the real science behind, real knowledge, real science behind this shit. This is fire. Because your vagus nerve runs through the muscles in the back of your throat and is connected to the vocal cords. Another great way to stimulate it and calm your atomic or autonomic autonomic nervous system is through humming. Remember, we learned in the power of music, or the magic of music. We learned that singing, singing and humming actually gives you longevity. It extends your lifespan. Real shit. So don't be afraid to hum. Don't be afraid to sing, even if it's in the shower, nigga. Real shit. So that's fire. Singing pretty much it raises your vibration. Pretty much. Because we learning that humming and singing give you hella benefit. You get hella benefits from it. Real shit. So that's fire. I wouldn't have thought that shit. Like what? Like what? Singing, humming. The hell? That shit help. That shit help your mind. Once again, the vibrations are felt through this nerve, and your parasympathetic nervous system is activated. Humming also encourages the release of the love hormone, oxytocin. Oxytocin. We spoke on this the other day. And your body painkillers, endorphins, and increases the amount of molecule nitric oxide in your system. It says there's more information about this on page 158. I'm pretty sure that's where we read about the power of music, or the magic of music. But on to the next part. It says sound healing and resonance. Remember, y'all, this chapter long as shit. We still on the chapter about how we heal through sound. We got like, hold on, let's see how many more pages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, damn, 10, damn, 11, 12. We got 12 more pages, y'all. What I might do is split it in half and we read the other half on another live, because I did want to hop into this book as well, all right? Because some very, very great knowledge in here talking about the 30 major causes of failure. So stay tapped in, or stay tuned for that if you would love to get knowledge on that, so we can avoid failure along our journey. You feel me? I don't know how long. I don't know how long this live gonna be, but I'm gonna be here speaking that real. Like I said, take what resonates and leave the rest. Time just not even a thing, especially when it comes to reading. Like, what the fuck? I'm getting this knowledge, nigga. Don't I need to be worried about the time for? I'm getting this knowledge, nigga. Sound healing and resonance. Sound has so many wonderful properties, as we will continue to explore across all these pages. But increasing the amount of resonance in your life is the golden ticket, a fundamental concept for this modality, and the key is everything. Resonance changes your perceptions, how you relate to the world, and how the world in turn relates back to you. It is about reaching your inner wisdom and living your truest life, connected to your higher self, and enables you to see the full potential in everything. Remember, your higher self is pretty much like a form of God, a form of the Most High. Real shit. Because you seeing things from a pretty much brighter perspective. You feel me? Real shit. Stress and anxiety warp your perception of the world, making neutral situations seem dangerous and tricking your brain into thinking things are not good and that they will never get better. This can eat away and deplete everything that brings you purpose, joy, and peace, dysregulating your nervous system. Pretty much fear, y'all. It's been programmed into us. Nigga, imagine if all of this shit wasn't, all of this programming and all this shit wasn't here. Like, nigga, we'd be in that joy and peaceful and purpose driven type state rather than being in fear and, you know what I'm saying, doubting ourselves when it comes to certain shit. Like, you feel me? Or, you know what I'm saying, just being like I said, in the mindset of thinking situations seem dangerous and tricking your brain into thinking things are not good and that they will never get better. That's fear, nigga. False evidence appear real. We gotta kill that fear mindset because it's low vibrational. And the niggas who run this world, they love that shit. They feed off that shit. When therapeutic sounds begin to regulate you once more. Huh? Oh, when therapeutic sounds begin to regulate you once more, you become more clear headed and have less space for irritational thinking patterns that would otherwise control and consume you. You have more space for resonance and begin to see things as they could be at their highest potential. That's real. It's why I be so hard, not even hard, but it's why I just speak so much on having a positive mindset on my channel, bro, so that you can see things from a higher state rather than seeing it at its lowest or seeing it from a fear-based, weak-ass type of, you know what I'm saying, type of mindset. Like, that shit, you know what I'm saying? As American author Wayne Dyer said, if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Real shit. This is resonance in action, in physics, resonance and synchronization, when the vibrations of one thing match up with the vibrations of another. This is how all meditative sounds work. Your brain syncs to the therapeutic grade instrument being used near or on you. Resonance can be seen among people too. When we say we clicked with someone and they are on the same wavelength as us, we resonate with people when we understand them and they understand us. So just like right now, like, if you resonating with this shit, you know what I'm saying? Real shit. Real shit. In sound healing and sound therapy, resonance is an expanded, uplifted, and positive state. Yeah, man. Real shit, though. If you resonating with what I'm speaking on, we vibrating on the same level, brother. We vibrating on the same level, sister. It is about how you once start seeing the best in the world around you. You notice even more of it. That's real. Because think about that. Like, you in a low vibrationalized, fear-based ass mindset looking at things from its lowest point of view. My nigga, you gonna be, you not even gonna wanna be aware of more shit in the world. You just gonna be in that fear-based ass mindset rather than if you seeing things from a higher point of view or the highest potential. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Your awareness is gonna be better. You feel me? Because you seeing things from a better perspective or that positive mindset. Resonance is the basis of the popular social media concept, lucky girl syndrome. The idea that if you believe you are lucky, you will be lucky, which can be explained by neuroscience. Your rec, your reticular, your reticular, huh? Your reticular, your reticular activating system, your RAS, is a bundle of nerves in your brain that filters out unnecessary information and enables the important stuff, or what you determine is important to get through. It says this is probably why fathers can sleep through their baby crying, but will wake up immediately if someone tries to open the front door, or why the paper cut does not hurt until you notice it visually. Your RAS acts as if or as a filter to the world and how you perceive it. It controls what you see. The more positive your filter, the better the outcomes in your life. So this also has to do with your aura as well. The way you thinking, the mindset you in. You feel me? If you seeing things from that fear-based, negative ass, low vibrational ass mindset, then that's what the fuck you gonna pick up. That's that's what the fuck you gonna pick up. But if you seeing things from a positive, more higher point of view, from the highest potential, my nigga, that's what you gonna allow in your aura. You gonna allow yourself to see or pick up on the positive shit rather than picking up all the unnecessary ass negative shit. You feel me? Real shit. The system enables the law of attraction and is why you believe in the angel number 1111. The more you see it and the more you will continue to see it if your Raz thinks you are lucky. Remember, your Raz is, once again, your reticular, however you pronounce that shit. I wish I had my computer rocking with me right now. John dead, but your reticular activating system, your RAS. Look at it like, once again, a filter to block out the bullshit, but you able to pick up on, you know what I'm saying, important shit. You feel me? Or shit that really resonates. Like right now, you should be using your RAS or your RAS to pick up on the gems I'm dropping or the shit that really resonates with you, but leave the rest. You feel me? The shit that don't really matter. It says, if your Roz thinks you are lucky, your brain will seek out information to confirm this, making you lucky. Your brain just wants to prove you are right, to seek out patterns to confirm your beliefs. What being in a state of resonance does is improves those beliefs so that you become more optimistic. The safer your body feels, the safer your mind perceives the world. The safer your mind is, the more you have the capacity to recognize the good in your life. It's all confirmation right here, what I just said. The more good you recognize, the more your brain seeks to find evidence of this. You expect positive things to happen to you, which invites better things to happen to you. For this reason, sound healing is an effective way to reframe your thoughts and to switch up the narrative in your head and how you see things and diminish self-limiting beliefs. Remember, when it comes to the sound healing, though, make sure you're doing it consistently. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what allows your, I feel like, mind or your brain to be like very familiar with it. You know what I'm saying? Allowing you to set that intention for it. You know what I'm saying? Like yourself to only see things from that positive point of view. You feel me? But yeah, shit. If you got a good frequency, you'll probably change the way you think in one day. For real, for real. No bullshit. That's how that shit is, bro. It's the mind is it's a mystery, man. The mind is a mystery. Real shit. That's why we digging up on the knowledge to learn about it. It's very, very important. And this is pretty much me reading this book. Pretty much is like self-discovery. I ain't gonna lie, because it's teaching us a lot about the brain and different nerves. You know what I'm saying? Our system. It's talking about energy. It's talking about vibration frequencies. You know what I'm saying? And how that shit affects us in a positive way at that. Like I said, this literally some shit that they hide it. They kept hidden from us, nigga. They kept classified because they want to do experiments and shit. The CIA, yeah, nigga. Your I can't do this thoughts are no longer supported by your brain since the evidence of your life says I can do this. We don't see things as they are. We see them as we are. Just because the obstacles are there does not mean your focus should be on them. Energy is infinite. You only have certain amount. Wait, huh? It says energy is finite. I'm guessing that's the opposite of infinite. You only have a certain amount of energy. It's pretty much saying. And like the ad showed, or like the ad says, your energy flows where your attention goes. Real shit. This is why when I speak on manifestation, or I hear people say manifestation, I feel like that's the lowest or the dumbest way of, you know what I'm saying, thinking of it. You feel me? You manifesting something. Like, nah, nigga, you just putting your energy into a thought. You know what I'm saying? Because think about this shit. The remote was once a thought. This remote in my hand was once a thought, my nigga. And somebody put all their energy and focus into that thought and bring it into reality. You feel me? That's what manifestation is. So it's like, why the fuck is we thinking, like, why the fuck is we really saying manifestation? We just putting our energy into a thought. You know what I'm saying? That's all that is. We just putting all our energy and focus into a thought. But yeah, same with people though. Like, you bring your energy to, say me for example. You bring your energy, or you giving me your life force just by listening to me talk right now. I'm giving you my life force just by talking to you right now. You know what I'm saying? Where energy goes, or where attention goes, energy flows. Or what does it say? Your energy flows where your attention goes. That's what it says on here. But it's the same difference. You know what I'm saying? But that shit real. You know what I'm saying? So You listening to me or you giving me your energy, I'm giving you energy back though, and it's not no bullshit energy. I'm dropping gems. Am I not? I'm giving you knowledge. I'm giving y'all some information that y'all can help or that y'all can apply to y'all real life. So just think about, you know what I'm saying? What it's doing to help you, you know what I'm saying? Regarding your energy. Like, how can I say it? Cause I've said it plenty of times. Like, make sure you giving your energy to things that's gonna give you value back in return. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you being aware of what you giving your attention to. Real shit. If you spend all your mental energy focusing on what is going wrong, you do not leave room to see what is going right. If you focus on the roadblocks, you narrow your vision and stop yourself from seeing the solution. It is why, as optimism coach Simon Sinek explains, you are tell skiers to follow the path, not to avoid the trees, because telling them that would only draw their focus to the trees. Annoying, upsetting, and irritating things will always happen. Embracing a more resonant filled mindset is about choosing to see those obstacles that can clutter up your mind in a different way. This mental reframing also enables you to tap into the manifestation mindset, what we just spoke on. If you want to manifest a goal into your life, you need to first change how you think. Real shit, man. Cause think about it. You got a thought in your mind. You got a very great idea or business or any shit, anything in your mind that you want to manifest, that you say you want to manifest into reality. But that's the thing. Are you even thinking about, or are you putting enough energy into that thought, or are you even putting the right energy into that thought? Like, are you thinking of it in the right way or in a positive way? You feel me? Because that could be what's affecting you or not having you be able to have it manifest or bring into reality. You feel me? Just simply off of the way you thinking about it. The essence of resonance. A few years ago, I was thrown into chaos when my neighbor flooded my flat and refused to get it fixed, give my plumbers access to his home, or contact his insurers to get things sorted. It was an incredibly stressful time. I had to move out my home, was badly damaged, calls to the lawyer, consumed my days. Bills began to stack up, was stressed out, moved out. I was physically sick on the street. To say this event dysregulated my nervous system would be putting it mildly. In the end, when it was eventually fixed, I needed 2 walls replaced and I was seriously out of pocket. Yet when I look back at it at the time, I never think about these things or how the situation came about. In fact, I have had to consciously sit here and recall these events. Instead, I just remember the moments of joy that disaster afforded me. I think about how lucky I was to be able to live with my nephew for 4 months. I'm thankful for all the cuddles, the morning giggles, all the bottles I was able to feed him while looking after him, the forehead kisses, and our countless walks in the park. All those tiny memories we made together that would never under any normal circumstances have happened. I also think about how much my nice neighbor Amy helped me, the phone calls she made, and the car trip she took. I can truly say that these are moments I choose to hold on to. It's the essence of resonance. Of course, I do not deny any element of privilege was at my play in my situation. I have a sister who had both the space and desire to help me and take me in. I do not want to brush over that at all, but even still, I could focus on how I lived out of a suitcase or wore the same clothes for months, or how many hours I chased different people to get things fixed. I could choose to only remember the negative things that happened and not focus on the unexpected joy I experienced. If you are wondering whether this means I forgave the neighbor, absolutely not. This is not a case of holding a grudge or being low vibe. Seeing more resonance in your life does not mean you become blind to situations where you have been wronged. You can still recognize if someone has behaved appallingly. You do not suddenly become a beacon of love and light, whether nothing bothers you. Just because you attend sound baths. Exactly. You're not just gonna be all sunshine and rainbows after having or listening to frequencies and shit. Real shit. It may feel like that sometimes, but nigga, that don't just mean entirely that's gonna change how you feel when it comes to certain shit. Like she said, people doing you wrong. You feel me? You continue to have human experiences, anger included. It just means that you focus on the good things that happen. You do not dwell and let yourself be consumed by the bad when that happens. Instead, exactly, stole the words out my mouth, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. Exactly what I or how I move. You know what I'm saying? Like real shit. Some shit just be unnecessary, especially like dwelling on it, like thinking like, especially about the negative part or negative thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't dwell on that shit. Try your best to, like I say a lot on my channel, plant positive seeds. You know what I'm saying? In your head. Real shit. Becoming more resilient. That's the next part. I do not want you to read these pages and think that sound bath will stop you from experiencing bad things. Once again, I do not want y'all to think that doing all of this shit to tap in with self and be at a peaceful state of mind and shit like that. I don't want y'all to think that this shit just gonna have y'all, you know what I'm saying, thinking this shit being all sunshine and rainbows, nigga. Like, we not still living life. You feel me? Like, shit gonna happen, bruh. You feel me? Real shit. It's just, I feel like how you how you how you take that shit. You feel me? Like mentally, how you take that shit. That's just what it's gonna be. That's how you gonna feel at the end of the day. You feel me? The other person ain't gonna feel that shit, especially if they the ones doing you wrong. You feel me? So that's why I say, yeah, try your best to not dwell on the bullshit and plant positive seeds. Real shit. So once again, she said, I don't want you to read these pages and think that sound baths will stop you from experiencing bad things. They won't. That is impossible. Situations that you do not like, find uncomfortable, or make you unhappy will always happen. This is just a part of life. Confirmation, what I just said. Having more resonance in your life also does not mean that you cannot recognize and address negative things when they happen either. Thinking in that way will soon see you fall into the realm of toxic positivity. Life can't always be good vibes and thinking that it will only set you up for failure and disappointment. By increasing how much resonance you see in your life, sound healing decreases your reaction to resistance. You become so busy and grateful, noticing, celebrating, and reveling in the good that the bad is merely a redirection, a bump in the road. Literally, not for real. I'm not talking about things that deserve the full weight of your feelings, such as Beravim. Beravim. See, it's some big words in this shit. Like I said, y'all. Especially when it come to these books, it be some words I ain't never fucking seen before. Hold on, bro, cause my shit might be charged now. You can start looking up these words, bro. Real shit. Oh, it's a magnet in this junk. Oh shit. It barely charged. I ain't gonna lie. Hold on, real quick. Little short, little break. We getting into the good shit though. I mean, shit, we been getting into the good shit. It's just like what is part. It's part of the book we read, and it really ties in with what I speak on a lot. Like real shit. That's why I'm able to so easily put it into my own words and shit. That inner knowing. Alright, we back, chat. We back. We back, dude. Gotta figure out what this word mean real quick. I'll figure out what that word mean real quick. We came across a big word. Had to take a quick pause. Give me some agua. Give me some H2O. What was the big word again? Like reverberaments? Reverberaments? Oh, bereavements. Let's see. Bear with me here. Hold on. What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? Bear with a nigga here. Alright, bereavements. Bereavements. found it. It's pronounced bear. Huh? We just gonna say it how I said it, nigga. Bereavement. Berry. Oh, bereavement. Bereavement. The fact or condition of being bereaved. What the fuck does bereaved mean? Deprived of a close relation or friend through death. Being deprived of a loved one through a profound absence, especially due to loved one's death. So it says, I am not talking about things that deserve the full weight of your feelings, such as pretty much somebody's absence or somebody close dying or transcending, because nobody dies. Though we will discuss this further later on. So she's gonna talk a little about it later on in the book. Loss and hurt. But I mean, the small annoyances will just not matter as much. So that's pretty much what bereavements mean, or bereavement, or to be bereaved is to feel loss and hurt. You know what I'm saying? Because of somebody's passing or something. You feel me? But I mean, the small annoyances will just not matter as much. If someone pushes past you in coffee shop, you will not care. Or if a work project needs to be tweaked, okay, no problem. Even when situations are challenging, they will appear to be more manageable, and you will be primed to see a way out of what is troubling you. Most of the time, why people, you know what I'm saying, trip out about certain situations that could be small and feel challenging or seem challenging is because of that fear. Like I said, that fear-based mindset. We gotta kill that shit. Face your fears, nigga. Face that fear in the face, nigga, and tell them what's up, nigga. You feel me? Real shit, bro. It goes with all your problems, with all the things that seem challenging, bro. Face that shit. When your nervous system is regulated, you are more likely to keep calm, which allows you to react better and from a place of balance. You are not on the edge of all time. But yeah, I feel like this, yeah, she pretty much saying that all of this happens when you have a sound bath, or when you have that mental clarity that you get from meditating or whatever. You feel me? It helps you, I feel like, get more awareness. You know what I'm saying? It helps with that awareness throughout your day, so that, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to little shit, like little problems, little situations, you'll just bypass that shit, or you would just, you know what I'm saying, look at that shit like something small that you can just get up out the way, rather than other people who might not meditate, or might, you know what I'm saying, see things from a different perspective and think that it's like all big and over the, like, it's, you know what I'm saying, like it's not that serious. You know what I mean? I hope y'all feel me on that. But real shit. Real shit. That's pretty much what she's saying here. When your nervous system when your nervous system is regulated, you are more likely to keep calm, which allows you to react better and from a place of balance. You are not on the edge all the time. This in turn builds your resilience and allows more magic to happen. Life's downs can't be avoided, but recovering quickly and getting up from the knocks will help you live a happier, more fulfilled life. Often people mistake resilience as an ability to endure a great amount of stress, but this is not accurate. Resilience is how quickly you can return to a happy baseline and bounce back after stress. It is not how much stress you can put up with or how much negativity, be that from people, experience, or situations, you will you will tolerate. Building up your resilience will mean that you are not disappointed or even floored when faced with the unexpected. Like I just said, you feel me? Confirmation. Real shit. But yeah, that's real resilience, bruh. That's real resilience. When you able to, you know what I'm saying, not be disappointed or, you know what I'm saying, letting anything change how you feeling in the moment, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to unexpected shit. Situations, when it comes to negative situations, experiences, or from people in general. You know what I'm saying? It's some real shit, bro. It's some real shit. Identifying and releasing trauma. Like it's crazy, like just how she's speaking on, like what I be speaking on, just in like a way. I ain't gonna say a better way, cause everybody got their own perspective or their own way of resonating to certain shit. So it's just she putting it in a more, I say, detailed way. You know what I'm saying? More detailed. Cause she not only giving us what it is, but like even the science and shit behind it. Identifying and releasing trauma. Earlier, I mentioned that one of the benefits of sound healing is that it affords you perfect privacy. Privacy is a good thing in a therapeutic setting because it enables you to be honest with yourself. Sometimes you may self-censor even if you do not mean to. You may not even realize that you are doing it. As self-censoring may be so ingrained in your life and you are used to just soldiering through this type of self-censoring behavior also means that you may have pushed down the real reasons for feelings of stress or anxiety. In a sound bath, you access a subconscious part of your brain where societal and cultural expectations and your own blocks are stripped away. You can give yourself space to delve into deeper parts of your consciousness. And this is where you can uncover deeper issues, triggers, and traumas. Until you know what it is happening, what is stuck in your body, you can't fix it. You can't give it resolution because you do not know it is there. Sound healing reminds you that it is okay to feel your emotions. You can sit with them, allow them to surface, and understand that like waves, your emotions rise and fall with intensity. It is important to remember that your emotions are full of information too. They contain signals, clues, and signposts, so truly allowing yourself to feel them is not a bad thing. No emotion is negative. As such, it is the suppression of them that causes the problem. When you hide from your emotions, push them back, and avoid addressing how you are really feeling, you can't change the situation that has caused them in the first place. Feelings of trauma can have the same impact. Sometimes you may experience something that shakes you to your core, so you have silence it to ensure you can cope. A safe place or the safe space of a sound bath can allow you to admit or even uncover your true feelings. That's real. So that's just confirmation, like no emotion is negative. Word, word. don't hide from your emotions. I just learned some shit right there. Real shit. Real shit. I don't know if I told y'all before. Well, I did tell y'all this before regarding like um, when it comes to emotions. It's like, nigga, you can't control them. You know what I'm saying? You can you can control them in a sense, like having that emotional intelligence. But it's like when your emotions happens, it just happens. You know what I'm saying? Like when shit happens, it just happens. Like, and like I said, like if you don't know the reason for that emotion being caused, then it's like you can't fix or you can't do nothing to help. You know what I'm saying? Change that emotion or change how you feeling in a moment. You know what I'm saying? All right, next part, it says embracing thoughts, embracing your thoughts. I think this is gonna be the last. It's gonna be the last little read, and we're gonna leave the rest for another time. But we're gonna go ahead and hop into the Think and Grow Rich book right after this. Whoa, I've been burping all live, nigga. Uh, oh man. All right, so embracing your thoughts. Something very important. Embracing your thoughts. Before every sound bath, I tell my clients, like I said, it's Faranza telling how, you know what I'm saying, telling it from her perspective and giving client examples from her clients. It says, I tell my clients that if any thoughts arise in a session, this is okay. A common misconception is that sound healing is the same as other types of meditation. When a practitioner may accept you to clear your mind, this is not true, and it is important to remember that thoughts, like emotions, are not inherently bad or indeed good. We learning something here because I did just say regarding your emotions and shit, or regarding your thoughts, my fault. You need to be able to have a clear mind and focus on your breath regarding your meditation. So we might just learn something here, y'all. We might just learn something here. Because that's what she said. When a practitioner, it says a practitioner may expect you to clear your mind. She's saying this is not true, and it is important to remember that thoughts are like emotions. They're not inherently bad or indeed good. Removing the pressure to keep a clear mind serves many purposes, especially making it easier for you to keep your mind clear. When you tell your brain to clear itself of thoughts, what happens? You are flooded by them. Author and inspirational speaker Simon Sinek demonstrates this effectively in his talks. He asks the audience to not think of an elephant. What inevitably happens is that everyone, including you reading these words right now, thinks of an elephant. But yeah, this is why I say it's important to just focus on your breath, because you know what I'm saying? You're not focused on that thought no more. You just focus in the present moment on your breathing work, on your breath, allowing you to have mental clarity, I feel. But this just from my own inner knowing. We finna, you know what I'm saying? We finna get more into, you know what I'm saying, learning or her perspective of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Removing the pressure to keep a clear mind serves many purposes. I just read that. Author and inspirational speaker Simon Sinek demonstrates this effectively. Oh, I just read that. I'm tripping. This is a similar way to the way we now understand that we should tell toddlers to walk. instead of telling them to stop running. Our brains simply can't comprehend the negative. This inability is called the white bear principle ironic process theory. The white bear principle ironic process theory. If you go into a sound bath determined not to think of anything, you will think of everything. That's real. I did that shit the other day, actually. I did that shit the other day until I started focusing on my breath, though. Real shit. Like I said, only one part of my shit was working. So in the other ear, I can hear my breath, or I can focus on my breath. But not gonna lie, like, cause the certain frequencies I listen to, it's like you can hear the frequency in the background, and then you can hear like birds and shit chirping as well. Like, so when I usually go into my sound baths, I feel like I'm outside and shit, or I just think of like imagery wise, I start feeling like I'm out in nature and shit. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm just in this fucking wonderland floating, nigga. Real shit. Real shit. It says remove that pressure from yourself. I give you permission. Plus your thoughts may lead to answers. That's real. Cause during meditation it do be certain thoughts that I'll think of that help me get mental clarity on certain shit. Or help me get awareness on certain shit, my fault. Or see things from a better perspective. So I definitely feel where she coming from with like having certain thoughts. Like you don't have to clear out all the thoughts in your head. You feel me? Cause once again, some of those thoughts could be good. Some of those thoughts could be bad. But yeah, I can definitely say from my point of view or my perspective, like I've definitely like when I go into meditation, sometimes there do be certain thoughts that come in my head and be something that'll help me with a situation I'm going through or something. Real shit. So that's real. Your thoughts may lead you to answers. We believe that the answers lie within you and that your innate wisdom will guide you to the resolutions you need. Real shit. That's why I say all the answers you need is within. I'm just giving you confirmation. Real shit. Somewhere along the way, we have lost the ability to listen. If thoughts pop in your head, go with them. Sometimes this may be the key to taking you into a ASC, a altered state of consciousness. If your brain keeps bringing you back to something, the solution you need could be just beyond those thoughts. So do not block anything. It may feel weird at first if you are lying down and listening to instruments being played and you are thinking about the yogurt you left in the work fridge. You are at a sound bath to switch off. You do not want to think about work, let alone something completely random. But go with it. Let your thoughts come. View them with compassion and allow them to flow back out of your mind with ease. That's real. It says when you are in a flow state where thoughts can come and go freely, you easily, without judgment, something incredible happens. Other thoughts will flow in. This may seem random at first. It may happen in first or second sound bath, depending on how stressed and anxious you were when you came in. But think of it as free journaling happening in real time in your brain. Real shit. That's real. If you don't have a journal, you're not in. If you don't have a journal, you're not in the game. Real shit. Something about that risk. Something about that risk in your thoughts. One seemingly obscure thought may lead to another, and then another, and then all of a sudden, You may come to something that does make sense. Suddenly, the metaphorical dots may join and the real cause of anxiety may surface. So yeah, I feel like also when it comes to negative thoughts, like I said, the negative energy, most of the time we can learn from it. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't never coming on here bashing negative energy. I just feel as though some or most negative energy just be unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? But we can always, I feel like, learn from that negative energy or get a lesson from that negative energy. So yeah, it pretty much leaves off right here. Like that's the end of that part of this chapter. And the next part talks about coping with discomfort and unease. So yeah, we'll definitely hop into that the next live. But I ain't gonna leave just yet. I'm gonna go ahead and speak that real and hop into the Think and Grow Rich book. All right. This book is a very, very great book. One of the first books I got. Very, very great book. Helps with a lot of different situations. But in this case, we are speaking on the 30 major causes of failure. How many times, how many of these are holding you back? We finna see, man. I really mainly just wanted to read on this because, like I said, oh man, I want to have y'all just be aware of what, like I said, what could be having you, you know what I'm saying? What you could be failing at, you know what I'm saying? Or what could be causing you failure so that you can just be aware of that, you know what I'm saying? And move accordingly. Or change some shit up if you got to, you feel me? Along your journey, man. It says life's greatest tragedy consists of men and women who earnestly try and fail. The tragedy lies in the overwhelming large majority of people who fail as compared to the few who succeed. I have had the privilege of analyzing several thousand men and women, 98% of whom were classed as failures. There is something radically wrong with the civilization and the system of education which permits so many people to go through life as failures. But I did not write this book for the purpose of moralizing on the rights and wrongs of the world. That would require a book 100 times the size of this one. My work proved that there are 30 major reasons for failure. As you go over this list, check yourself by it, point by point, to discover how many of these causes of failure stand between you and success. Real shit. So as I read these, take what resonates, leave the rest. All right. Unfavorable hereditary background. Little, if anything, can be done for people who are born with deficiency in power and brain power. This philosophy offers but one method of bridging this weakness through the aid of mastermind. Observe with profit, however, that the huh? Observe with profit, however, that this is the only one of the 30 causes of failure that may not be easily corrected by any individual. The next one, it says lack of well-defined purpose in life. There is no hope of success for the person who does not have a central purpose or definite goal at which to aim. 98 out of every 100 of those whom I have analyzed or analyzed had no such aim. Perhaps this was the major cause of their failure. So, like I said, y'all, like regarding this purpose shit, like bro, you don't need no purpose, bro. Make up your own damn purpose, bro. Motherfuckers make it seem like God spawned you on this earth specifically for you to do things or specifically with your purpose or with one purpose. Like that's what niggas make it seem like. But no, bro. You have plenty of purposes. You just gotta go within and find that shit out for yourself. You have all the answers. Alright? But if anything, I feel like a lot of people uh say purpose or give the meaning of purpose like in all type of different perspectives. And goals could just be one of them. You know what I'm saying? Like that's really I feel like what that shit is. Like you just making up all of your own goals. And that's what your purpose is. Like real shit. Or that's what your purpose is because we got plenty of goals. Real shit. So yeah, just have an aim in life. You know what I'm saying? So you don't fail. You feel me? Or have that be the cause of your failure. Lack of ambition to aim above mediocrity or huh? Oh yeah, mediocrity. We offer no hope for the person who is so indifferent as not to want to get ahead in life and who is not willing to pay the price. Real shit. Insufficient education is the next one. This is a handicap that may be overcome with comparative ease. Experience has proven that the best educated people are often those who are known as self-made or self-educated. It takes more than a university degree to make one person of education. Any person who is educated has learned to get whatever they want in life without violating the rights of others. Education consists not so much of knowledge, but of knowledge effectively and persistently applied, brother. Real shit. Real shit. This is why I say, nigga, I give y'all knowledge that y'all can help apply to your real life. I'm not just on here just giving y'all any and every fucking knowledge. You feel me? Real shit. Like regarding the shit they teaching us in school, like what? How the fuck is we supposed to use that shit to apply to our real life? Besides fucking counting money, gang, like or reading, like, okay, like you feel me? All that other shit, like, what the fuck is this nigga King John the Third or King James the fucking second going to help me do, my nigga? Like, what? How is that shit gonna help my life? You feel me? Fuck them niggas. They need to be in there teaching you about your real ancestors. You know what I'm saying? And how they was able to maneuver through this shit. But of course, we know this is or that's his story. That's his story. That's not our story. That's not our knowledge, or that's not our ancient. You know what I'm saying? That's not what our ancestors really went through, brother. You feel me? People are paid not merely for what they know, but particularly for what they do with what they know. Real shit. The next one, number 5, lack of self-discipline. This is a big one. Big one. Discipline comes through self-control. This means that you must control all negative qualities. Before you can control conditions, you must first control yourself. Self-mastery is the hardest job you will ever tackle. If you do not conquer self, you will be conquered by self. Once again, if you do not conquer your motherfucking self, you will be conquered by your motherfucking self, nigga. You may see at one you may see at one and the same time both your best friend and your greatest enemy by stepping in front of a mirror. Real shit. Number 6, ill health. No person may enjoy outstanding success without good health. Many of the causes of ill health are subject to mastery and control. These in the main are overheating of food, not conducive to health, wrong habits of thought, giving expression to negatives, real shit, wrong use of overindulgence in sex, real shit, lack of proper physical exercise, real shit, and inadequate supply of fresh air due to improper breathing. So that's just another example of my nigga health is wealth. You know what I'm saying? Make sure your health right so you don't fail or you don't become a failure. Unfavorable environmental influences during childhood. As the twig is bent, so shall the tree grow. Most people who have criminal tendencies acquire them as the result of bad environment and improper associates during childhood. So I feel like shit, childhood healing or healing like childhood trauma and shit, like that's very important as well regarding like for your success. You feel me? Procrastination. This is one of the most common causes of failure. Old man procrastination stands within the shadow of all people, awaiting the opportunity to spoil their chances of success. Most of us go through life as failures because we are waiting for the time to be right, to start doing something worthwhile. Do not wait, my brother. The time will never be just right. Start where you stand. Nigga, start where you stand, nigga. That's too real. Work with whatever tools you may have at your command, and better tools will be found as you go along. Lack of persistence. It's number 9. Most of us are good starters, but poor finishers of everything we begin. Moreover, people are prone to give up at the first signs of defeat. There is no substitute for persistence. The persistent person discovers that old man failure finally becomes tired and goes away. Failure cannot cope with persistence. Number 10, negative personality. It's a big one. There is no hope of success for the person who repels people. My fault, flipping the page. With a negative personality. Success comes through the application of power, and power is attained through the cooperative efforts of other people. A negative personality will not induce cooperation. Number 11, lack of controlled sexual urge. It's another big one, my nigga. Sex energy is the most powerful of all the stimuli that move people into action because it is the most powerful of the emotions. It must be controlled through transmutation and converted into the other channels. Use my channel, use my YT channel, use some of the videos on my channel to help regarding your sexual urges, my brother, and transmuting them. Shit, half of them videos, I ain't gonna lie, I deleted. I ain't gonna lie, but That's very, very important. The reason I say, or the reason I deleted them, I did post a reason as to why. But I'll give y'all clarification again. I really stopped being on that SR shit because um, really I feel like that's some personal shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's just like somebody being on or a female being on they cycle or some shit. You know what I'm saying? On their period or some shit. Real shit. And niggas was just coming at me all type of different ways on this shit. Like, that's why I call my little nigga self like a dog for doing that shit. Cause that's real. Like, you feel me? Even now, like it's like I'm still speaking on like controlling your urges or controlling or really just self-discipline. Cause that's really all that shit is. Like, I'm really still speaking on that shit, but I'm just speaking on it in a different way because eventually through that journey, you gonna find out, my nigga, you know what I'm saying? All the spiritual and all of this other shit behind that, like regarding the mind, like, cause that's what you tap into. You know what I'm saying? Rather than you thinking in this carnal last mindset, trying to just get some ass. Trying to just get some ass. But yeah, like, it was niggas coming at me all type of ways, like just on that zesty, on that gay shit, bro. Like, nah, bro. I just wasn't, I wasn't with that, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Wasn't with that. Coming at me like that, coming at me in negative ways, like it was just pointless to be on here speaking on that type of shit. And when there's really all type of information out here about that shit, like, you know what I'm saying, to go dig up on your own, like, you don't gotta have me here for that. But, you know what I'm saying, then again, I'll bring that shit up every now and then, like right now. You know what I'm saying? It's very important to control your sexual urges. Tame that motherfucking dog, nigga. Cause like the nigga said, hold on, let me go back. Like the nigga said in the self-discipline, if you do not conquer yourself, nigga, you will be conquered by your motherfucking self. Real shit. Controlled desires or uncontrolled desires. This is why niggas be gooning. This is why niggas be gooning, nigga. They can't control their motherfucking sexual urges, nigga. When they can simply transmute that shit, you feel me, to something, whether it's a goal, whether it's just a small task or something, you know what I'm saying? Whether you're going to use that energy to get some knowledge, like it's energy at the end of the day. And what did we just speak about when it comes to energy? Where energy goes, attention flows, or where attention goes, energy flows, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? And you only have a certain amount of energy. Even though I feel like that's some cap, because like, nigga, we can absorb energy from the sun and all type of shit. Like, I feel like energy is infinite. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like energy is infinite, but then again, I could be wrong. Like, I could be wrong. But real shit, just notice like where you bring your energy to, or energy, your attention to. Realize or be aware of what you bring your attention to, because that's where your energy is going. All right. That's with all things, brother. That's with all things. Number 12, uncontrolled desire for something for nothing. The gambling instinct drives millions of people to failure. Evidence of this may be found in a study of the dot-com fiasco of the early 2000s, during which millions of people tried to make money by investing flight-by-night companies. So for you gambling niggas out there, stop that shit. Stop that shit. Real shit. Real shit. I feel like shit, even if you win it. Cause bruh, I remember me making a video on gambling one time, and niggas try to come at me like, like, cause that's the thing. Like, I'm pretty sure I didn't mention that though. Like, them niggas like, It's gonna be some niggas that win and it's gonna be some niggas that lose. But the niggas that's winning, they never gonna talk about their losses. You feel me? They never gonna talk about them losses, nigga. But yeah, like, yeah, it was certain people coming at me in the comments all type of ways, like, nigga, I won, I've been winning, blah blah blah. Like, so I ain't gonna lie, I deleted the video because I felt some type of way. Like, okay, word. I just didn't see it from other people's perspective. But then again, I'ma still stick with how I feel about that shit. Cause it's like, nigga, you winning niggas is not talking about y'all losses. You feel me? You feel me? But but yeah, like in that video I spoke on how like regarding like cause around the time like prize picks and all that shit was popular, like Underdog and all these fantasy apps and shit. You know what I'm saying? That shit was popular. So I just spoke on how like nigga that shit fixed. Fixed meaning like that shit is scripted. You know what I'm saying? And I got so much confirmation now on that shit really being scripted. Like, bro, like it came to the point like, bro, I realized these niggas is not even real. These NBA, these fucking players not even real, nigga. They fucking robots, gang. That's how fucking advanced it is. Like, like what the fuck? Them niggas is not only scamming your motherfucking ass, but it's like, bro, that shit it's that deep to where it's like, nigga, them niggas is robots, nigga. And they got magnets in the rims. You know what I'm saying? And niggas is just out here just thinking they finna hit they parlays and shit. Like, nah, bro. Nah, bro. Nah, bro. Nah, bro. Lack of well-defined power of decision. That's the next one. Lack of well-defined power of decision. People who succeed reach decisions promptly and change them, if at all, very slowly. People who fail reach decisions, if at all, very slowly and change them frequently and quickly. Indecision is procrastination, or indecision is procrastination's twin. Where one is found, the other may usually be found also. Kill off the pair before they completely tie you into treadmill or failure. So kill the hesitation mindset, because that's pretty much you being indecisive and shit. So yeah, clear that indecisive ass mindset and clear that procrastination, hesitation ass mindset. You gotta know what it is you want, my brother. One or more of the 6 basic fears. 14. These fears have been analyzed for you in chapter 15. I'm not going that far back, I ain't gonna lie. They must be mastered before you can market your services effectively. Oh, I think I remember the basic 6 fears though by heart. Fear of missing out, fear of death, um, fear of breaking up, like regarding relationships and shit. Uh, Hold on, let me actually see if I can find them, cause it was like fear of old age. I got fear of ill health, fear of loss of love. I said that, and the fear of criticism. Kill that shit. Kill the fear mindset. Kill the fear-based mindset. Bye bye. All right. Being in that mindset will bring you to failure. It will not allow you to succeed. Wrong selection of a mate in marriage. Number 15. This is most common. This is the most common cause of failures. The relationship of marriage brings people intimately into contact. Unless this relationship is harmonious, failure is likely to follow. Moreover, it will be a form of failure marked by misery and unhappiness, destroying all signs of ambition. Number 16. So yeah, number 15. Just a review, my nigga. Make sure you be aware of who you cuffing up. All right, brother. Make sure you be aware. Make sure you know what I'm saying. Know that person mindset, or know where that person coming from. Make sure you really locked in with them. You know what I'm saying? Communication is very important when it comes to relationships. But next one, number 16, overconscious, overconscious, like being overcautious. I'm guessing. It says the person who takes no chances generally has to take whatever it is left when others have finished choosing. Overcaution is as bad as undercaution. Both are extremes to be guarded against. Life itself is filled with the elements of chance. Number 17, wrong selection of associates. Let me get a quick drink of this agua real quick. Our superstition, wait. Oh, wrong selection of associates in business. Very important to know, like, where your workplace at. Like, regarding the energy, you need to make sure shit's straight, bruh. Because that shit could cause failure. This is one of the most common causes of failure in business. So even if you plan on having a business and hiring people, you need to make sure regarding the energy and shit. Like, bro, make sure shit straight, bro. Don't just be hiring anybody, bro. All right. Because like it says, it causes failure to your business. All right. In marketing your services, you should take great care to select an employer who will be an inspiration, who is intelligent and successful. We emulate those with whom we associate most closely. Pick an employer who is worth emulating. Number 18, superstition and prejudice. Superstition is a form of fear. It is also a sign of ignorance. People who succeed keep open minds and are afraid of nothing. Real. Number 19, wrong selection of vocation. No one can succeed in a line of endeavor they do not like. The most essential step in marketing your services is selecting an occupation into which you can throw yourself wholeheartedly. Number 20, lack of concentration of effort. The jack of all trades is seldom good at any. Concentrate all your efforts on one definite chief aim. The next one, number 21, the habit of indiscrimination or indiscriminate spending or indiscriminate spending. Spendthrifts cannot succeed mainly because they stand eternally in fear of poverty. Form the habit of systematic saving by putting aside a definite percentage of your income. Money in the bank gives you a very safe foundation of courage. When bargaining for the sale of your services without money, you must take what you are offered and be glad to get it. Next one, number 22, lack of enthusiasm. Without enthusiasm, one cannot be convincing. Moreover, enthusiasm is contagious, and the person who has it under control is generally welcome in any group of people. So make sure you got some enthusiasm, my brother. Number 23, intolerance. The person with a closed mind on any subject seldom gets ahead. Intolerance means that one has stopped acquiring knowledge. The most damaging form of intolerance are those connected with religious, racial, and political differences of opinion. Next one, number 24, in, inter, intemperance. The most damaging forms of intemperance are connected with eating strong drink and sexual activities. Overindulgence in any of these is fatal to success. Ineb- inebita- in, Inability to cooperate with others. It's very important to know how to cooperate with people. All right. More people lose their positions and their big opportunities in life because of this fault. It is a fault which no well informed business executive or leader will tolerate. Make sure you can cooperate, brother. Man. Possession of power, not acquired through self effort. Power in the hands of one who did not acquire it gradually is often fatal to success. So, sons and daughters of wealthy families and others who inherit money that they did not earn. Quick riches are more dangerous than poverty. No, that's real. Look at Michael Jordan's son, for example. I'm gonna just use him as an example. Then again, I ain't pocket watching. Like, I don't know what his pockets looking like, but recently, like, we've been seeing him go through like some bullshit. Like, we've been seeing bro go through a lot of bullshit and be on the news and shit for the craziest shit. I remember one time he got the Urus stuck on the train track. How the fuck you end up on the train track? But yeah, like, that's real, bro. That's real. Quick riches are more dangerous than poverty. So like, I feel like even if you do like eventually like making like generational wealth or like becoming rich one day so that you can pass it down to your little ones, I feel like you should still like, you know what I'm saying, put them in the right mindset so that they can make their own. You know what I'm saying? Don't just be like, I mean, of course you're gonna have to take care of the little nigga, but like, I feel like around that time, like, don't just be having them be like spoiled, like a spoiled brat. You feel me? Like, bro, put them in the mindset so that they can make this shit on their own. You feel me? Or they can make wealth on their own. You know what I'm saying? It's a mindset thing, bro. Rather than just spoiling them all their fucking life. You feel me? Like, bro. Cause I feel like it's more of a mental thing. You feel me? More of a mental thing. But on to the next. 27. Intentional dishonesty. There is no substitute for honesty. One may be temporarily dishonest by force of circumstances over which one has no control without permanent damage, but there is no hope for people who are dishonest by choice. Sooner or later, their deeds will catch up with them, and they will pay by loss of reputation and perhaps even loss of liberty. That's real. Egotism and vanity is a big one. Kill that ego, nigga. Really work with the ego, because I feel like the ego got some part in like your creativity and shit like that. Like, I ain't gonna lie, like, because it's really on some ego versus soul shit regarding you being here on Earth or on Kai. You know what I'm saying? You being in this plane of existence. Like, bro, I feel like your ego kind of plays a part in how you move in regarding this shit. But definitely don't have your ego take you over, all right? But it says egotism and vanity. These qualities serve as red lights that warn others to keep away. They are fatal to success. Guessing instead of thinking. Most people are too indifferent or lazy to acquire facts with which to think accurately. They prefer to act on opinions created by guesswork or snap judgments. For real. People, really, in other words, motherfuckers just don't like to hear motherfuckers out, like, for the facts. They'd rather just go off of their own opinion or what they think. You feel me? Guessing instead of thinking. That's what that is. Lack of capital. This is a common cause of failure among those who start out in a business for the first time. Oh, we on number 30, y'all. We almost done. There's one more after this, actually. So this is the last one, but it's one more after this because it was 30 major causes of failure. So yeah, the lack of capital. This is a common cause of failure among those who start out in a business for the first time without sufficient reserve of capital to absorb the shock of their mistakes and to carry them over until they have established a reputation. That's real. 31. It says, under this name, any particular cause of failure from which you have suffered that has not been included in the foregoing list. Words. So sit here and think about any forms of failure or anything that could be holding you back from your success, my brother. That's pretty much what the 31st one is saying. If y'all think I'm lying, it really is a 31 right here. But it says, in these 30 major causes of failure is found a description of the tragedy of life, which is relevant for practically every person who tries and fails. It would be helpful if you can induce someone who knows you well to go over this list with you and help to analyze you by the 30 causes of failure. It may be more beneficial than if you try this alone. Most people cannot see themselves as others see them. That's real. You may be one who cannot. The oldest of shit, I know I can. Like, I just sat here and explained it to y'all, like, like the different what you call it. I may not have just told y'all with failures or what I might be going through myself, but yeah, half of this shit though, like, it's not me. Like, it really just gave me confirmation I'm on that successful ass path, nigga. Real shit. I hope it did the same for you. And if there is any failures or anything that could be causing you to fail that I just named, redirect yourself. You know what I'm saying? Change your perspective. All right? Start moving accordingly so that you won't be failing or you won't cause yourself to fail. It may be more beneficial. Oh, I just read that. The oldest of the admonitions is know thyself. Know thyself. Real shit. If you market merchandise successfully, you must know the merchandise. Real shit. If you market merchandise successfully, you must know the merchandise. The same is true in marketing your services. You should know all of your weaknesses so that you may either bridge them or eliminate them entirely. You should know the strengths so that you may call attention to them when selling your services. You can know yourself only through accurate analysis. The ignorance in connection with self was displayed by a young man who applied to the manager of a well-being or well-known business for a position. He made a very good impression until the manager asked him what salary he expected. He replied that he had no fixed sum in mind. See, this is another form of like being indecisive or not knowing thyself. You know what I'm saying? What do you want, my nigga? He replied that he had no fixed sum in mind, lack of a definite aim. That's what it says, a lack of definite aim. So, a lack of what the fuck your goal is, my nigga. Once again, you got all the answers, bro. All right, within. The manager then said, "We will pay you all you are worth after we try you out for a week. I will not expect it." The applicant replied, "Because I am getting more than that where I am now employed. Before you even start to negotiate for readjustments of your salary and your present position or to seek employment elsewhere, be sure that you are worth more than you now receive. Be sure that you are worth more than you are now receiving. It is one thing to want money. Everyone wants more, but it is something entirely different to be worth more. Many people mistake their wants for their just dues. Your financial requirements or wants have nothing whatever to do with your worth, your value. Know your worth, know your value. Your value is established entirely by your ability to provide useful service or your capacity to induce others to provide such service. This is how I was able to um, create my shit or create my own brand or merch and shit. That's how I was able to just smoothly do that shit because I know my motherfucking worth and because it was highly suggested. If anything, like it was highly suggested, so I know that it was gonna be worth something good. You feel me? Same thing with my crystal shop, which I am working on currently. All right, just started working on it. I ain't gonna lie. Like I said, a little slow process regarding building this shop, this crystal shop, because I gotta know all the meanings behind the crystals, all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't want y'all to just be buying crystals off of me just because. Like, no, this shit not just to be wearing it to be all flashy and shit. It got intention behind it. You know what I'm saying? It got real meaning behind it. But yeah, regarding that, make sure you know your worth. That's pretty much what I'm getting here. You know what I'm saying? Know your worth. We're gonna end it off just like that, man. Smooth little live once again. Real gems drop today, man. Real gems, brother. Oh man, we will hop back in the sound healing book, the next live. So y'all make sure to stay tuned for the next live. Peace to everybody who joined. Peace to you if you're watching this through the playback. I'm gonna go ahead and leave this for the playback. Why not? We dropped a lot of great information. I feel that y'all can apply to y'all real life, real shit. So yeah, man, that's it. Appreciate every single one of y'all once again. Peace, blessings. Make sure y'all stay focused. Make sure, like I said, if any of those failures that I just read, if any of those resonate with you, or you know what I'm saying, you peep any of that going with yourself, remember, know thyself. All right, move accordingly. All right, real shit. I'm out, man. Y'all have a blessed night. blessed morning, blessed afternoon, man, wherever you at. It's your dog, Spiritual Homie, man.